Sit down and let me tell you a story. I'm not terrible at first-person shooters. I'm not as good as some other people. The people that fixate on one or two or play more religiously than I do probably do way better, no lie, no doubt. And they deserve that. The thing is deep down I know I'm not a bad FPS player. As much as sometimes I feel like I'm shit, I make fun of how bad I am, or sometimes my gameplays look like I'm half asleep. I'm usually an asset to the people on my team. And I can be relied upon. Usually. The thing is, for a long time, I was comfortable just playing a little bit of COD, whatever was the recent one and maybe the previous one, and Battlefield. That's really all I played. And at the time when I had way more limited funds and my family had limited funds, I played Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3, and Halo 4, and Minecraft as well, but that's pretty much all of my games. I also had Black Ops 1 and Halo 3, but I didn't play them quite as much or as competitively. You see, when you have a very small amount of games to play, and you're not playing through story games, puzzle games, or adventure games, you're just playing these couple of shooters, and you're young and able to soak in more information than, yourself, 6-7 years later. Either way, I had a lot of time on my hands because of weird shit that was going on with my family, and I didn't have that many games. So I got pretty good at them, and not better than everyone, not above average I wouldn't say, I would say even slightly below. But compared to my friends that had tighter schedules or more games to play, I was much better than they were when I would hop into their games of choice. For the most part, I had some friends that were really good at Halo and a couple of friends that were extremely good at Battlefield. Came to Black Ops 2, I had that bitch on lockdown, no sweat. The thing is, this created a standard for myself that I think other people had for me, and that I then doubled on myself, feeling like I always had to be better than the people I was playing with, and most of the time I could live up to that. If I didn't have a little bit of an obsession with my video games and my shooters and getting better at them and learning them and talking about them, I wouldn't be sitting here now. The thing is, for a long time, and I'm still struggling with this, my mentality is stuck with the version of myself that had maybe 5 games at a time to play, and I just kind of feel like I'm supposed to be really good at everything. And I have to remind myself, and this is why I'm making this video, is so that you can hear this next part, and hopefully it'll help you. And that is, it doesn't matter how many YouTube videos you watch or how many stat sheets you read, it matters how much experience you have in the game. I'm sure you guys know people that are naturally talented at certain games, and hell, even I've hopped into games for the first time and done surprisingly well. But for the most part, I feel like I'm just supposed to be good. I'm just supposed to already be up there in terms of skill, or reaction time, map knowledge, game sense, and obviously that's not realistic. I was thinking about this while playing Rainbow Six Siege, and I kind of get a little down on myself that I'm not as good as I could be at it, especially compared to other YouTubers that I watch. So I started thinking about all the ways I could get better. I was watching more YouTube videos, I was just trying to win more gunfights and all of this, and there was one thing that I completely just missed when thinking about reasons that I'm not as good as I want to be. I've only been playing it for a couple months. The game has been out for 3 years, and I've only been playing it for a couple of months. Maybe that has something to do with it. The thing is most good players in first-person shooters have a lot of playtime built up behind them. And one of the things I have mentioned in the past is that I can't get good at shooters because I'm just hopping between different ones, trying to talk about them, and usually one gets left by the wayside, and that kinda sucks. Being a general FPS YouTuber is kind of exhausting in some ways. It takes me a while to learn things and warm up to things. I don't just hop in and do naturally amazing at everything, aside from a couple of lucky outliers. See, what I realized was that getting my ass kicked doesn't deter me from playing a game or liking a game. Otherwise, I would have never gotten into the Battlefield franchise, or Call of Duty, or Halo, or Rainbow Six Siege. I wouldn't be playing that almost every day. I think where my frustration lies is not that I'm bad, it's that when I forget that I have to learn. So that's the important lesson of this shorter video today, is I think we forget we have to learn. We forget it takes time. See, I'm behind in a lot of academic areas, so I try to refresh myself on them often so I remember, fucking algebraic things and writing and how to not be just a fucking YouTuber, so maybe I can do other more complicated things later in my life if I need to. And I get kind of frustrated when I don't just understand something right off the bat. Things take time. I learn slower than other people. I process things slower than other people, and probably slower than you or maybe a friend you know. But I also know some people process things slower than me, or they just don't process them at all. They just kind of float through thing to thing to thing, whether it's something academic or video game related or just information related. They just float through it and they don't learn anything. So we're all different, we all learn at different paces, and what I figured out is that from the people that I'm fighting in Rainbow Six Siege, if they've even been playing for half a year, that's longer than me. If they've been playing for 3 years, oh my god. If they've been playing for 2 years, oh my god. So, I'm cutting myself a little bit of slack. Mentally and emotionally, I'm not going to be good at every game when I first go to play it. And when I really accept that, I have to actually take time. It's such a freeing feeling, and it's freeing enough, and it felt so good that I wanted to share it. So, if you feel like you're behind in something, or you're bad at something, give it time. Put in the time. So, that's what I have to say about that, and I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.